All right,
Hello.
well,
Oh God.
of course.
Of course, we both try to say. All right, you go. You go.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the match tonight. We have the open match tonight, and we're gonna have Super Metroid Major Miter Randomizer with Boss Randomizer. So it should be all kinds of good and interesting random things. Thanks for Ploff here. I think I'm more joining him, but yeah, thanks for joining me.
Her actually, but yes,
Oh, sorry.
it happens. Uh, One sec. My Chrome windows have decided to die slightly, but I think that's fine. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited to be here. I think this is going to be a pretty good match. We've got some pretty good players up here. We have Kipp, who is a very skilled player, pretty veteran player with various randomizers. Polarbearbunny, who's been very active both in commentary and in playing for recent league matches and is also quite good. Toasty and Zeb I know less about, but I know that they're both pretty good players, and we've managed to kill enough time to watch the runners actually start. So here we go.
Yeah, definitely feel free to correct me. Sorry about that. I'm not always as careful as I should be, I guess, with those.
No problem. All I ask is that people make a reasonable effort to be correct when corrected.
Of course.
Super not a big deal.
So
All
we
right.
do get to play the first item game, right? Or do you not go for that?
Oh yeah, we do get to play the first item game. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going. Ice beam.
Ice, because
Yep.
it's never available in Chozo. Okay.
Yep.
I am gonna be super pandering, I think, and go with the spring ball. So let's see what we actually get. And one of the first items does have to be morph, but it doesn't have to be the very first one. So they could be required to pick up even something they may not want, like X-ray. But it is just morph, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Why can't Metroid crawl? Truly. Also, I want to quickly shout out Lenofis for doing the tracking. Thank you, Leno. So we have a bit of an opportunity here. So, the ceiling boost here for this item is not required.
Oh, yes.
Oh, baby!
It is required this seed because that's a spring ball on the ceiling.
That is true. You actually cannot finish the race if you see spring ball and don't pick it up. It invalidates the run if you intentionally skip it. So,
so we have a good race going already.
I didn't catch what the enemy names were in the seed. So for those who don't know, when you generate the seed, there is a sort of list of 4 enemies that show up just to make sure that everybody's got the same seed. And the superstitious among us, such as myself, put great importance to which enemies show up in that list. But I'm betting that they were some good ones because we got spring ball right away.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
we see spring ball trolling people already. Polarbearbunny accidentally bouncing out instead of doing the mock ball out of alpha missiles. Everyone's favorite item.
And actually some early power bombs too, which are significant for these races. They get to check some extra items.
Yep.
Definitely opens up some possible meme route, but doesn't look like anybody's taken that opportunity, unfortunately.
Yeah, with no super missiles, it makes sense to not go meme route because if you end up in pink bread with no supers, you can have a slightly bad time not being able to do a whole lot there.
Yep.
Here at Old Brother Mother Brain Missiles with Kipp, we have just missiles, French vanilla, and I would expect us to actually not be seeing 230 checks. I've been seeing so many Chozo seeds. I'm so used to people going straight to the 230 missiles, but not today, I don't think.
Yeah, so the logic today is actually not what's current in the randomizer league. Randomizer league's on Chozo at the moment, but it will be this kind of logic possibly in the playoffs. If it gets to a game 3 in the playoffs, we could have some boss rando with minor major logics. Oh, but we do see Kipp forgetting that it's major minor and checking 230 anyways.
It's possible he was just looking there for some supers.
Oh,
I
true.
know I've certainly seen some pretty trolly seeds where you don't get your minor items till really, really late, but all of
Yeah.
these players are actually checking 230, so maybe everyone is
Yeah.
just used to Chozo. I'm just gonna remind them.
Well, that makes sense without the supers. I mean, I could definitely see all these runners pretty good. So, they're used to checking 230 now. Why not? It probably takes some little less time than it used to.
Yeah, and with power bombs, it's pretty quick to go do that check.
Oh, and a speed booster early.
Yeah. So
All
that is
right.
going to be our block breaking item to get us down into Brinstar. It also means that we get the joys of speed booster without high jump movement. Uh, everyone's favorite. Samus, go ahead and just throw some rocks inside of your shoes. Really ruin your jump height a little bit there.
Yeah, for sure. That's a tough combo there, but Kipp's on stream. Maybe they'll pick up that high jump sooner rather than. Oh, well, there's a reserve tank, so that's not boding well.
Yep.
Oh, we do
And
see Toasty heading right. So
yeah, with 10 power bombs, that is enough to go do Gauntlet. Zero E tanks is a little bit risky there, but definitely doable. And it looks like Zeb might be going for it as well.
yeah, so we got 2 left, 2 right. Sounds good. Speed booster making that jump up to Gauntlet 2 infinitely easier.
Yep.
Not having to do those ridiculous wall jumps, which I'm really bad at. So I have.
They're definitely quite tricky to do. They're not normal wall jumps. You have to sort of delay your jump like a couple extra frames after you normally would do it, because it lets you get just a bit further away from the wall. Also, to Spider MBI in the chat, so the way that boss rando works is essentially the boss rooms are the same, and the boss rewards are still paired with that boss, the exception being Fantoon. So Variasuit's still behind Kraid, the Ridley E-Tank is still behind Ridley, and Space Jump is still behind Dragon. Obviously, those items could be randomized, but those reward rooms are going to be still connected. However, the location of the bosses is randomized, so you could get Kraid in Lower Darfair, you could get Ridley in the wrecked ship, basically anything. There are some logical requirements. For example, you can't be required to fight Dragon if you don't have a way to get out of Dragon's room. Yeah. And then the other small things is that there's a bit of fiddliness with the doors because sometimes you have to reverse door direction because of how Ridley's room is set up. So it kind of resets some sprite work, but otherwise works basically fine. And then the other thing is that the wrecked ship save has been turned on even if the ship is turned off. And in order to turn on the wrecked ship, you have to actually kill Fantoon, regardless of which boss is actually in the wrecked ship. So it can be kind of risky to go straight to wrecked ship because if you haven't killed Fantoon and Fantoon's not there, you just have to leave and come back.
I haven't watched a lot of bosses randomizer yet, but I didn't realize that Fantoon thing. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. I hope that was that explanation made sense. I know I have a tendency to talk a lot. So.
Yeah, no, that made a lot of sense, and we do see a number of good items finally cleaned up here. Kipp got some super missiles and space jump down, oh gosh, yeah, so that's gonna make a number of those boss rooms doable, eventually. We'll see what happens when we get to the randomized bosses.
Yeah, so Space Jump is going to open up a lot of stuff here for Kipp. That was down in the Edikun pit, and I'd imagine Polar Bear Bunny is going to be going down there now and will be very happy. For those who don't know, Space Jump is Polar Bear Bunny's favorite item. And I was completely talking over it, but there was Wave Beam at Gauntlet. Not required progression, but still very, very useful to have.
Well, and at this point, too, I don't know if it'll be significant, but there was a pack of power bombs behind Gauntlet. Kipp saw them, but Zeb and Toasty got to pick them up, so they have Crystal Flesh. If they don't find Ice Beam, they've got, more options, basically.
Yeah. The 15 being the sort of magic number to be able to kill all of the Metroids with power bombs without having to rely on power bomb drops.
Oh, nice.
If you
Kipp getting that first try green gate glitch.
Yeah, very nice.
Easily done. Oh, and Varia. That's important.
Okay. That is very interesting. All right. So that's going to open up a lot of stuff really early on here with Varia, Speed, and Space Jump. I think
Yeah.
pretty much everything. Let's see. If you could do the high jumpless lava dive, then all of Lower Norfair is in logic. So if we find high jump here, or Lower Norfair is not in logic, but you can get there with high jumpless lava dive.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'd want a few more E-tanks myself, but yeah, definitely that's gonna definitely take them towards Lower Norfair. They'll probably be able to do it by the time they get there.
yeah, I think you can just barely do the high jump lava dive with that reserve tank, but I'm not certain.
Yeah, if you do that, like the glitch off the Namahe, right?
Yeah, that's for the high jump. High jumpless, you have to get smacked by the flames. So you can wall jump on the spikes, and then with high jump, you don't have to do that, and it saves you a bunch of health, basically, and also some time and a lot of ease. The high jumpless is really hard. Here we see Kipp also checking waterway because we have speed booster here pretty early.
Yeah. And this is a major, so but just an E-tank.
Just health. Although that is going to give plenty enough health for a lava dive. And knowing Kipp, I would be not surprised at all to see Kipp go for a lava dive here. I know Kipp can do the high jumpless lava dive, and often you can get pretty efficient routes if you dip down to Lower Norfair really early. It can be dangerous doing that though, because he currently doesn't have any way to get out of Dragon's Room. I don't think you can springboard jump, but at least not with high jump boots.
He could crystal. Oh no, he doesn't have the.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough ammo to do the flash suit either.
That's right.
So dipping Lower Norfair, if you don't know where Dragon is, can be really dangerous with this item set because you might not be able to get out, and then you have to leave Lower Norfair and go all the way back again. And just as we say that, there's crystal flash ammo. So,
well, and even with if like vanilla Ridley's down there, he actually doesn't have the ammo to do even Ridley at the moment. I assume he'll have it by then, but
yeah, that is true. That is true as well. Yeah, not quite enough ammo there either. We see Toasty going for the
and remembering he has wave right after he set it up.
I can hear Smokey in the distance. You have wave beam.
Yep. So both of them in a good spot there.
Yep.
Does wave beam change anything there? Yeah, because when they get down, if they do the Lower Norfair early, they could do some X factors to make up some ammo on Ridley if he is vanilla.
That is very true. I know that you can get 3 pretty consistently if you're very good at dealing with his patterns. But
Kipp liking that X-ray, it looks like. Trying to avoid it and not succeeding.
Hey, I don't get all the X-ray hate. You can microwave bosses with it. It's really good.
Yeah, definitely. I like X-ray. I'm not so high tier with my button presses that it messes me up. I've got plenty of other problems. So
it messes me up occasionally, and I really have no excuse because I run 100% as my main category. Where you pick up X-ray.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've really got no excuse for it messing me up, but. All right.
So yeah, with this set, I mean, he's got to check out the first boss over at what would normally be Crate's Lair, right? I mean,
yeah,
it just makes sense.
I would expect to save beforehand, just because like if you get Dragon and you can't get out, you want to be able to reset. Vanilla Sephi Beam. This seed.
There's a lot of vanilla going on there. Jeez.
Also, interestingly enough, we say Polar Bear Bunny going up the red tower here. Kipp went down. I didn't mention it because with Varia, it makes a lot of sense to go down because you can go right into Norfair. But Polar Bear Bunny making the decision to go up and see who's at Fantoon location.
I think she definitely, I mean, well, I wouldn't say definitely, but I feel like she thinks that she needs to take a few gambles to kind of come out on top of this race. And so, with Varia leading them down, I feel like she is heavily gambling. I don't know, maybe some sort of charge beam erect ship or gravity suit, something that would really change her route and speed her up significantly.
Yeah, and it's a completely reasonable gamble.
Oh
Going
yeah,
up to Redshift first, it's not like it's dramatically losing you time. It's just that, if it ends up, there being nothing there, then it can end up not paying off in the way that maybe you want. Also, screw attack at high jump. Hi
yeah,
oh my.
yeah. What I believe Kip now. I mean, I don't know if he's still doing it, but what he refers to as the Maverick now, which I kind of like. Little Top Gun reference.
So Polar Bear Bunny is taking a save at the ship, it looks like. I know there's a little bit of connectivity issues making that a bit hard to see.
Probably
Pretty
since she's
reasonable.
up here, probably to check Gauntlet too. Use the same save
Yeah,
for
that is
both
very
if it's a
true.
reset. So
And she's got a space jump, so she can get up there quite easily.
yeah,
And it
and
looks like,
there's
oh, that's very interesting. So Kipp is going straight into Norfair without even checking Kraid.
yeah,
Um,
that's a very interesting choice. I don't know why. I
I'm
mean,
guessing, like, since you don't necessarily know what boss it's going to be, you can save yourself potentially having to reset out of the boss if you just collect more items and get into a state where you can kill more bosses, I guess is the idea. You
yeah,
know,
I see that. Okay,
like if he hypothetically gets Ridley, if
yeah,
he went there now, he'd probably just have to leave. But if he goes and collects more supers and then goes back, he might not have to, which is a pretty interesting play,
and
especially
we
given that you've already got various. You can start clearing out Norfair.
oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, we are assuming that, I mean, we've seen a lot of vanilla, but we are assuming that the bosses are going to be randomized. So a boss as easy as Kraid is probably not going to be there.
Yeah,
Now, Kraid or Fantoon could be there. That's going to be pretty easy for him. But he's got probably a 50-50 that it's a much harder boss he may not have the ammo for yet.
yeah. And we also see Zeb doing the same thing, also skipping the crate location.
Yeah.
Kipp is going straight to Ranomizer via the front. I don't know if that's the front door or the back door, but the left side door. Whereas Toasty is actually heading into Craig's lair, and it looks like Polar Bear Bunny's going to Gauntlet as well.
Well, I think she's coming out of her
Or maybe
slideshow gauntlet.
it's
But
a really riveting PowerPoint presentation.
oh yeah. The one thing I would like to see in this version of the randomizer is maybe a little randomized. Oh, I'm sorry, Croc and Shack Tool, since they're such kind of meme locations. Why not mix those two up, or even like Croc and Batoon? I don't know. Maybe a little minor boss mix up would make it interesting as well.
Yeah. That could be like, what if you got Golden Chorizo and Bomb Chorizo? Like,
Oh yeah,
just totally mess with you. At least Golden
yeah,
Chorizo has a magic pixel that you can hide on.
yeah, exactly. I feel like there would be some good minor boss randos as well, but I'm not the one making them, so I'll take what they give me.
That could get pretty interesting from a programming standpoint, just based on like door locations and other
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
as well.
Well, the items after, I mean, there's huge area after Croc here with all these items. It'd be tough to, do the same thing where, yeah, those different rooms and everything.
Yeah. So there is a vanilla Kraid, totally French vanilla, and Toasty has now taken him down.
Yeah.
Kipp has killed off Ranomizer. Looks like nothing of great value yet. I think it was just
And
a vanilla E-tank and then some missiles. And Zeb is going on a more traditional Norfair route, going to Bubble Mountain and checking the reserve there.
and
Polar Bear
Polar
Bunny
Bear,
currently fighting Fantoon as well.
so vanilla all around.
Yeah.
So with those two vanillas, that actually makes the skipping them early not as good a play. I feel like. So maybe the gamble going up might pay off for Polar Bear. Toasty, he's on a little bit faster route than finishing Crate up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there's going to be just a momentary freeze here while we try to resolve some of the connectivity issues. So just go ahead and bear with us. And looks like everything's just about back now, at least for the most part. So it looks like, let's see, did Toasty find anything of importance behind Kraid? I have no idea. I don't think I saw it.
Kraid was just an E-tank back there, nothing interesting.
And also, Polar Bear Bunny has taken down Fantoon.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
pretty quick.
looks like I think it was just another E-Tank at grapple location. I think.
Yeah, we're
And
seeing a lot of E's and reserves so far.
yeah, yeah. So it'll be really interesting to see what the wrecked ship has, since that could potentially, have some of these items. Since a lot of Norfair has just been more health. Although there's
Yeah,
some pretty good stuff down here, Screw Attack in particular, but
yeah,
not much else
definitely.
it looks like.
I really want Bunny Stream to get out of PowerPoint mode so I can see what's going on with the wrecked ship. If it's the play or not. Oh, she's coming into that. Oh, it's just a reserve tank. The first item.
Just an empty trash can over on the right side of the wrecked ship.
It's not a good sign.
And here we see Kipp starting to do some of the Norfair checks that Zeb has already knocked out of the way.
Yeah, another E tank. I think that's Wave, right?
Yep, that's
So,
the Wave Beam E-Tank. So yeah, really not a lot happening here in Upper Norfair.
yeah,
I know if I were in either any of these runner shoes, I would be hoping to find high jump and just be going straight into Lower Norfair. But nothing in that department yet. And I think that's actually, I think we, the commentators, have seen, and the audience have seen all of the majors in Upper Norfair. Because we've seen the Crocomire items, we've seen High Jump and Ice Beam, and now we've seen all the Bubble Mountain items.
yeah,
So,
and it was a lot of E tanks and reserves.
yeah. Looks like Zeb is going to be betting on Croc here, and unfortunately not finding much, while Kipp finishes up some of this Norfair item collection. I'm hoping something. I'm betting something's got to be in the wrecked ship. I think. It's got to be.
Yeah, for Bunny, I certainly hope so. I mean, she made the big gamble here, and maybe her slideshow will show us wreck ship E. Oh, high jump.
Well, there's high jump boots. So that does give access to Lower Norfair.
Yeah.
And it looks like going up to wrecked ship was actually the play in this seed. That does get us progression. Also, I would not be surprised to see gravity here. It could be in Lower Norfair at this point, but there's not a lot of major locations in Lower Norfair. There's 3, I think. There's the Ridley E-Tank, Screw Attack, Fire Flea, and I think that's it, unless I'm forgetting something, which I very well could be.
There's the. Oh yeah, you said Screw Attack. Yeah, I think that's the 3. Sorry.
Yeah. So.
So it's been a little while since Major Minor. Is a suitless Meridia in Logic here? I mean, if she
Oh
finds,
God,
like,
yeah, you're
grapple-
right. It is, yeah. So I think Ice and Grapple are required for Main Street Climb. I want to say.
Ice and
What?
grapple are required? Oh, okay.
There's a couple different sets of, well, not necessarily, because there's a couple different sets of items you can use to get through there.
Okay.
And I think most of those sets are in Logic. So like High Jump plus Spring Ball can also get you to Mama Turtle, because you can do Spring Ball jumps. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that's
that's what
in
I was-
Logic as well. So
I was thinking if she finds like grapple up in the ship, then she knows like, I mean, suitless Meridia might be her next play, and that would be interesting. But
yeah.
maybe we'll see in a moment. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, just some more. Oh, what is it?
Oh God, it's in the middle of the reveal animation.
Oh,
The anticipation. Oh, we don't get to see it. Can I get an F in the chat?
Well, she has speed boosters, so we got a second chance of seeing it at least.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just seeing some more cleanup of the Norfair area. A little curious if anybody's going to go for that high jump list. I mean, Kipp's saving and has a lot of E-tanks.
Yeah,
like you were saying, that might be his
I'm betting
play.
Kipp goes for it. I'm betting he does. I don't know necessarily about these other runners. I don't know how comfortable they are with the high jump list lava dive. We'll have to wait and see. I know that they're all quite skilled, so I would not be surprised to see them go for it. But also, like, it is a very difficult and kind of risky thing to do.
Yeah, and they have been all picking up the E-tanks. I mean, Zeb's got enough too, and Toasty. So I could see at least 2 or 3. Well, I would say at least 2 of them checking that high jumpless lava dive.
And also, all of our runners, except for Polar Bear Bunny, all of our runners that have been to Norfair have 7 or more E-tanks, which does also put them in stand-up glitch range, should they choose to do that.
Yeah, for the end of the game here.
Also, it looks like Zeb is just leaving Norfair after having finished Croc, and I'm betting is going to be going up to the wrecked ship. And we do see Kipp going for the high jumpless lava dive.
Yeah, and he got a
Boost
good
off of the
bounce
flame,
in.
gets the wall jumps on the spikes, off the Nami-Hay.
First try, he's so good. Look at that.
Flawless, absolutely flawless.
So yeah, don't see that every day. That's some impressive lava jump or lava diving there.
Also, thanks to the to some, I'm not even gonna say anything, because if I say anything, it's gonna jinx it. So just use your eyes and glance around the screen and maybe figure out what I maybe wanted to say. Thank you to our restreamer for working on that.
I'm not sure.
We do see Zeb going to Kraid location after finishing Norfair. We know what's going to be there. It's just Kraid. And here we see Kipp going to check Screw Attack with the Space Jump and Screw Attack.
And Bunny going up. It's something she wants. And it's Gravity.
Oh my goodness. All right.
All right.
So Gravity... Does that put Bunny in go mode? I'm pretty sure it does.
She doesn't have enough ammo or no charge.
Sorry. Yeah, that puts her in ammo mode. Yeah, ammo mode. But she's got all the majors she needs. Just charge or more ammo.
Oh man, I miss Screw Attack with that Gravity though. Was there anything good there?
No, it was just a trash can.
Trash. Okay.
Yep, reserve tank.
All right. But yeah, Bunny, man, that gamble paying off.
Absolutely.
And she's got to feel good about that.
Yep. Yeah, here we see she's grabbing a couple extra miners.
Yep. Feeling the go mode.
Yep.
Wants it.
Toasty skipping the energy tank at Wreck Ship Reserve. Toasty, there's a lot more where that came from here in Norfair. Break it to you. Meanwhile, Kipp blazing through Lower Norfair now, just about done with Amphitheater.
We get to see a Firefly here, another major that's not in the Chozo, so something interesting. Nope, just another E-tank.
Wow, where are the beam upgrades? We found Vanilla Spacer and Wave It Gauntlet, but...
Well, maybe they're all in Meridia, where Bunny's about to head to, right?
I guess they must be.
Yeah.
Although Vanilla Plasma. So Zeb has now cleaned up Kraid, and I'd imagine it's going to be going up to the wrecked ship, going to be getting their gravity suit before long. Kipp has plenty enough power bombs to make it through Wasteland, nothing to worry about here. As Toasty is finishing up their clearing of Norfair.
Yeah, and Kipp and Zeb, and Toasty after those Norfair runs, looking a lot better on ammo. I mean, they could almost, just a pack or two more, and probably enough for Mother Brain for some of them. Kipp has 55 missiles too, so
yeah, getting pretty close to being totally good on ammo here.
Yeah, so when they pick up their Gravity, they're gonna, feel a lot better about their ammo situation too.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure who I'd place in the lead right now. So on the one hand, like Polar Bear Bunny has Gravity and all the information and like everything from wrecked ship. But on the other hand, so Polar Bear Bunny, actually, I'd imagine, she's probably going to save a lot of time not having to clear through all of that Norfair stuff. Kipp, I think, is going to have a slightly more efficient route, being able to dive down to Lower Norfair first. And oh man, is going to have to get a flash suit if he wants to get out of here. And it looks like that is what he's setting up for, getting smacked by the turrets. Nope, he just resets out.
And so, Lower Norfair, dangerous without Gravity there, having Dragon. That is interesting. Bunny, that puts Bunny more in the lead, right?
I think absolutely at this point.
Yeah.
So this is one of the dangers that I was mentioning earlier with potentially having to go down to Lower Norfair early. It can often be more efficient routing to dip into Lower Norfair earlier, but in Boss Rando, you can just get Dragon, head down there, and you just can't get out. And Kipp actually resets all the way back up to Upper Norfair. I think
Yeah.
he's pretty intentionally not saving an LN just in case this happens, so he could get out more quickly.
Yeah,
So at this
definitely. I
point,
mean,
I
it's a
would put
smart
Polar
play.
Bear Bunny pretty comfortably in the lead, with probably, I guess, I don't know who would be in second place. Maybe Zeb? It's hard to say. Maybe Toasty. Toasty's, I don't even know. Someone is.
A couple of races I've watched with Toasty, he's done a few like gambles, just skipping items and stuff. I might put him. He's heading up right now. I don't know if he'll even bother going to Waterway. So, um, well, I guess we'll find out. But I might put him in the lead. Let's see.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's just hard to see, and especially like I think for second place, like lead changes could occur like in a whole bunch of places, just based on what plays people make and what items people find.
yeah,
So
yeah. Because
it's
Zeb
it'll be
and,
really
Zeb and
interesting.
Toasty are real close together here. Um, and yeah, I feel like Polar Bear Bunny has a very comfortable lead at the moment. Well, I mean, maybe not comfortable for her, but she feels like a little behind, maybe playing Kipp and Aster. Mentioned in the chat earlier some stuff, but yeah, she's doing great.
Yeah, and just to briefly mention, so there are more than 4 people in this race. This is a race that the Ranomizer League crew puts on every Sunday at 7 p.m. It is open to anybody who wants to participate. So right now we have a number of people participating. I think 8 or so, somewhere around there.
It was like 8 or 9. Yeah.
So we do have quite a few people participating in the race in SRL. Outside of this stream, these are just the people that wanted to be featured, or more accurately said, yeah, sure, you could put me up there. And we said, great, good enough. So,
yeah, there was only about one of them that, yeah, I want to be on there.
yeah, one enthusiastic yes, and 3, yeah, sure's. That's how things often go. I know I always like to be featured because then I get to embarrass myself in front of even more people. It's great.
So yeah, Polar Bear doing her crate stand up, seeing some
Taking
legs
from seeing the stand up DLC. Pick your favorite joke to
oh my favorite's legs DLC. I still like that one. No one likes that one anymore, it seems like, but that's where I'm at.
Gotta get the leg DLC, dude.
Yeah, and Zeb and Toasty, same room, or well,
yeah, pretty neck and neck here
but-
coming into Wrecked Ship. Virtually the same items, actually, almost exactly the same items. The only difference between their item set being 1 power bomb pack. So really tight. Kipp a little ways behind, has the knowledge of which boss is in Lower Norfair, but arguably the time would be more useful here.
Yeah, definitely. Since most of these runners, I assume, are going to go up and get their gravity after everything they've done. So Kipp's knowledge not really going to pay off too much because they're going to have gravity the next time they get down there.
Yep.
And that fight's a lot easier with gravity and speed booster.
Much easier. Now, I know that it is possible for gravity to be behind Dragon in Boss Rando. It is possible that you can get Dragon, have to like kill her with ammo, and then you get gravity as a reward, and then you can still get out. I think that's possible.
That's cool.
I'm not entirely sure though.
Yeah, I see some good Fantoon fights. I mean, already down for Toasty, and a green ghost. He's got some Ghostbusters vibes going on his screen. And Fantoon down for Zeb as well. So they're still neck and neck. We got a good race on the right side. Polar Bear trying to keep her lead. Good stuff.
Yeah. And I will briefly mention, so both Toasty and Kipp are using some custom color palettes, which is allowed. You can do custom sprites. I think any custom sprites are allowed except for the hitbox hack, which is not allowed. That's like the one that's banned. The hitbox hack allows you to see your hitbox at all times. And you can imagine why that one might not be allowed. I know Kipp has I don't know exactly what to call it, but I guess a collab with an artist that he knows where um, so if you want, you can pay some amount of money. I don't remember how much. I know it's not much. I think it's like $10 to commission a set of custom colors for Samus. And then Kipp will fill out the second half of the commission cost, and then there's a spriter that he works with to do all of these. And he plays with these colors in league matches. So if you want to do that and help support some sprite work artists, I would encourage you to reach out to Kipp for that. I'm assuming he's still doing it. I know he was like a week or two ago. So,
Well, I think he was doing a different one every week for his match, right? Is
yeah,
that what I heard? Yeah. So, yeah, you're getting to see a lot of different ones from him, and then yeah, you can commission that up and get some for yourself.
yeah. Here we see Kipp in the Fantoon fight, and despite that, dip into lower Norfair is rapidly coming up on these other players here, which is a real testament to how skilled of a runner Kipp is.
Yeah, how quickly he got that high jumpless lava dive and then made it to Ridley and the reset and everything. Yeah, that was really fast.
Here we have polarbearbunny dipping into lower Norfair for the first time. Going to find her dragon fight and no doubt make short work of her. Let's see, there's a couple dragon options here. We can do mashed shrimp. We can't do fried shrimp. We can't do microwave shrimp. What's the ammo one? I don't remember what the ammo one is called.
For those, I thought the ammo was no, the speed booster is mashed.
Yeah, so for those out of the loop, Dragon is a shrimp, and there's a lot of ways that you can prepare her for dinner. You can mash her face by shine sparking into her. You can fry her by grappling onto a point on the side of the room and fry her to death. You can microwave her by abusing the iframe resets with plasma beam and X-ray, and you can also kill her with ammo, and I don't remember what that one's called. Yeah, battered shrimp. Yeah, battered shrimp. Sure. Shrimp.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Everybody likes a little battered shrimp.
Absolutely. Oh, now I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna put this in big air quotes, dinner at like 4:30 before my my race that was then, and I'm now starting to get hungry again.
Oh man.
Here we see Toasty seeing the gravity suit there on the backside of wrecked ship. Zeb rapidly closing in, as is Kipp. So 3 runners all clearing out the wrecked ship. And 1 runner who has already done that and is now going straight down into lower Norfair to deal with the bosses down there.
Yeah,
I think
I'm a little interested what you think on her. I mean, I know lower Norfair is the overall faster route, but with her gamble on wrecked ship first, I'm a little surprised she also didn't maybe like dip Meridia. Was there something stopping her from doing that?
I'm betting the idea is essentially that so sort of killing Dragon on the way to Golden 4 is faster than like killing the boss in Dragon's location. Right?
Yeah.
It's a bit faster to do that Meridia kill on the way out on your way to Golden 4 than to go into Meridia, do the kill, and then leave, go down to lower Norfair, and then go out. It's just a little bit more direct, I think, is the thought process here. And at this point, she has the equipment to kill either Dragon or Ridley.
So she
and she already knows the other 2.
Oh, sorry. So she just feels really comfortable with her ammo setup and everything then?
Yeah, I would wager.
Okay. That's cool. But I mean, she's definitely playing well tonight, so I'm on board with it.
Yeah.
And simultaneous checks of the wrecked ship reserve tank here, trying to get through those robots. Even the robots are changed; they're blue.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I think it's all the enemies are changed too. So I think it's like a color, some color shifting on all of the like entity sprites, like sprites of like enemies and Samus and stuff. But it looks like all the tile sets are the same.
Okay.
I have let's say a vague understanding of how some of the graphics work on the SNES, and I know that the tile color palettes are stored separately from the object color palettes. The objects are things like enemies and stuff. So
well, that's cool.
There you go. There's a YouTube channel that talks at a pretty incredible level of depth just about how Super Nintendo graphics work. And if you're into that sort of thing, it's really cool. And it's also like a whole nother level of nerd. So
And it does look like Bunny's gonna mash some shrimp. She's practicing her short charges, so
yeah, going for the mash. It looks like she's doing two tap here, which is perfectly enough. It might be a three. I don't know. It's a little hard for me to tell.
oh, it's just the two in that room that's required because
Yeah.
even I can do it.
I basically I was no good at doing the two tap on Dragon, so that I just learned how to stutter three, and now I do that instead, and I'm way more consistent at it as a result, which is
Okay.
totally bizarre. Also,
Yeah,
I learned I
I
learned the other
did.
day that four taps are like not required in like any route that anybody actually runs, which is interesting.
Yeah, I thought starter 3 was the last required one.
Yeah, for
But
some reason I thought that like four taps were required for certain things, like the in-room fast pillars setup or like lava spark and stuff. But no, you can do it with the Flutter 3. So I guess there's a whole bunch of shine sparks that I need to incorporate into my any percent run.
but yeah, she's actually doing a mixture of battered and mashed. So whatever that comes out to, it's dead shrimp.
It's a dead and delicious. I'm gonna go with delicious and a question mark
Yeah,
shrimp.
we get to see a new item here after Dragon, and
And
maybe
Polar
it'll
Bunny is going
be.
to check it. Has
It's a grapple.
grapple.
She still has some. Oh, she has space jump. I forgot. So yeah, that's unnecessary.
Yep. Has at this point, pretty much all the runners have they have all of the movement items in the game really that are important.
Yeah,
The only sort of major items that they're missing is a couple of beam upgrades and bombs. One of those beam upgrades is the all-important charge beam, and I would be totally unsurprised if we see most of these runners just committing to charge this, especially because a lot of them already have a lot of ammo. Kipp
yeah.
at 6545, and Zeb and Toasty at 3545 and 3550, respectively. Polar Bear Bunny a little lighter on the super missiles, probably because she didn't spend a lot of time clearing Upper Norfair. So I'd be curious to see if she goes and does that now, either looking for more ammo or looking for potentially charge beam, which we know isn't up there, but she's not aware of that.
Yeah, I would be surprised if she didn't check a few just because she can find charge, which will definitely make the rest of her game really fast, but also ice. Getting into Torian is going to make it a little bit faster and less ammo intensive. So
Yeah.
she kind of wants, at least two more majors. And there's, what's up here, 5 spots with Firefly that she's about to check. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how much any of these runners are actually going to be trying to clear Meridia. I'd imagine Kipp's going to be clearing not too much because his ammo is pretty comfortable. I'd guess that he's going to go for like something like the aqueduct items, just for maybe more ammo.
Yeah.
But the other runners, I honestly don't know. I think that there's a reasonable argument to be made for either. So I think we'll just have to see based on sort of what they find and where they go and all of that.
Yeah, and Polar Bear checking more miners as well, just seeing power bombs. So her miner search not going well at the moment, but when she gets up to Norfair, Upper Norfair, she'll find some good stuff.
And for those who might not be super familiar with the ammo requirements here for the later game, the big wall that is still remaining for these players is having to kill the final boss, Mother Brain. And to kill Mother Brain, you either need to use Charge Beam and kill her that way, or you need to hit her with 60 supers or equivalent. 3 missiles is equal to 1 super here, so you can supplement missiles in place of that, but it's a lot of missiles and supers that you need to be able to pump out into Mother Brain's face if you want to kill her second phase. And that's after wasting, I think the optimal is like 8 and 7 on the first phase, so you need quite a bit of ordnance if you want to be able to kill Mother Brain without charge, but it is absolutely doable. And I think Kipp is pretty close to that if he does the speed booster Zeb skip. I
Yeah, and we
haven't done the
just
math though, so don't quote me on it.
yeah, and we just saw 2 super missiles coming out of Norfair. So when he goes out of Norfair, he'll check those, and he'll be at what's that, 55, 65, which is way more than enough for him.
Yeah, that should be
Uh,
plenty.
Yeah, so he'll be comfortable on ammo leaving Norfair. I imagine that'll speed up his Meridia a ton. So that may even put these other guys. So Toasty and Zeb, kind of similar positions. Toasty got a lot, already has 50 super missiles.
Yeah.
So that may. Well, no, is Bunny just heading out of Norfolk? Okay, well,
Looks like Bunny's just leaving. Yeah.
I was gonna say that might put Bunny behind if she keeps checking, but she's heading out, so we know that's a good call for her, but she's
Yeah.
making all the gambles tonight.
Absolutely. So Bunny needs 3 more super packs in order to have enough to kill Mother Brain.
Yeah.
If you do the speed booster Zeb skip, which is not easy. Again, requires a Flutter 3, but it is doable. And then she also, I think it actually just requires just a 3 tap, not a Flutter.
I think it is a stutter, or a flutter. Sorry, the
Yeah,
last time
it
I was talking
very well
about,
could
I
be.
think it required it.
So she needs either 3 more super packs, or she needs 9 more missile packs, or some combination of the two. So there's 1 more missile pack, bringing her up to, I think that's 45, if I'm reading that correctly,
Yeah.
to 45, which is pretty close. And also, for the record, like 40 missiles, 60 supers is sort of a minimum that gives you, I think, like maybe 2 missiles of leeway.
Oh, I
Like
thought you
a
were just gonna
couple of missiles
say
and supers of leeway.
it just straight up gives you a heart attack, but yeah, go with the actual numbers. That's all good.
Gives me a heart attack. Gotta take
Yeah.
like a double dose of anxiety meds, and anytime I'm gonna try to like go do Mother Brain without charge beam. I know there was one where I ended up getting to Mother Brain with exactly enough ammo. Like I literally could not miss a single super, and of course I missed one,
Oh,
and
jeez.
had to reset, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
And
was a pretty heart pounding moment.
yeah, that's the worst. Just missing the one too. Oh man. But yeah, well, they're kind of doing the Dragon fights and getting out of there. That actually is one of the kind of big changes in the Chozo logic. Is don't see so many of these seeds where you have to collect a lot of ammo, because charge beam, you almost always run into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's far fewer locations where charge beam could be, so you're just much more likely to end up getting it. Also,
yeah,
Kipp mashing the shrimp.
yeah. So that's, I think, one of the things that people do like about the Chozo. Less fanfare, kind of
Yeah,
searching around for ammo, seeds. But yeah, I mean, that's always interesting too when charge beams hiding out of the way, maybe past Jack Tool or something.
yeah.
And
Alright.
Bunny does take down the snake.
Snack. Very nice chargeless Snecko kill. 45 supers is pretty safe there.
Yeah,
As we
you
do
need, like,
see,
10 minimum.
yeah, you need 10.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh
and
man, she
there's
runs
charge
into
beam at
charge.
Batoon escape, paying
Wow.
off.
So she is totally in go mode now and in the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Charge
Yeah.
Wave Spazer, not going to do the biggest damage to Mother Brain, but it will kill her eventually.
And
As
she
long as you
still
can
has
dodge catch up.
Yeah, and she still has the 45 super, so she doesn't need that much charge wave plus Spazer. I mean, what, maybe like 30, 35 shots, something like that?
Maybe. I have no idea.
Quick math not gonna work for me. I'm just throwing it out there. Someone in chat can do the math.
Let me
Maybe.
think. Charge Wave Spazer does 210 damage, and Mother Butt has 18,000 HP. So, the answer is a lot. 86. Thank you, Owl.
86 with the 45 supers though. That's what I mean.
I think 86 sounds like 86 total. So I'm
Total,
just gonna
yeah.
go ahead and say 40 or 50 or so.
Well, how many?
Depending on how many supers you end up getting in there.
How much damage does a missile do again? Sorry.
100, and then supers do 300. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
So it's
reasonable
like-
to expect to have, with going in with 45, it's reasonable to expect to have like 30 supers for Mother Brain, or at least make 30 of them connect, and that's half her HP.
Yeah. So then the charge shots you would need is like 30 something, right?
Well, the problem is that Charge Wave Spazer just doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It only does a little over 200, which is... So let me think. You need like
So it's
40.
Like, if you save is like half a super, it's like half a super, and she goes in with 45. Yeah.
Yeah,
you need
but
like 15 times 2 plus a bit, so it's like 30 something.
Sure. Math.
I think. I don't know. Maybe it's not. But
I
she
mean, we'll find
certainly,
out soon.
yeah. But she's certainly taking that ammo to Ridley.
Try 2 shots of charge if she hits every super. Okay, there you go. Thank you all.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really like very doable for her, and in a
Yeah.
quick way. I feel like, I guess, was my point. Sorry, I didn't mean to go into all of the numbers and everything. I'm just thinking, like, she's really not that far behind, even if she has to use a few extra charge shots.
Yeah,
As far as
absolutely.
the timing on that fight goes. So, oh, she's not even checking that item. She is
Yeah.
rolling deep here.
She's in full go mode.
Yeah.
This is where we find out the item was plasma, and it's like, oh man.
Or ice.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
The nice thing is also that Ice Wave Spazer brings the damage up to a nice round 300, which is much easier for
Yeah.
counting.
Much better for math. But yeah, I mean, just sorry to devolve into the numbers there, but yeah, Bunny is heading to Torian, so she is ready to finish the game. While Toasty, Zeb, and Kipp, they are heading to their Ridley fight in Meridia. So
Yeah.
they're all
Very
still-
wet Ridley. Ridley
Yeah.
wanted to go for a swim today.
Yeah. So Zeb and Toasty and Kipp all still kind of close together. Zeb checking Mama Turtle, not finding anything he wants there, but yeah, it's still a good race as far as the other three go, and it looks like it might be Polar Bear Bunnies to win for the on-stream runners.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Kipp is not far behind Toasty here, a couple of rooms. I'd imagine Kipp's probably going to check the aqueduct items, and then Zeb not far behind that. Polar Bear Bunny on the way out. Unfortunately, no grapple beam means that we are not allowed. We do not have the ability to tickle the fish on the way out. Very sad. But we do get to at least say hi to the fish.
Yeah. No, I think Kipp's done because he has the required like 55, 65. He's got enough ammo, so he didn't check any miners over there in Aqueduct, I don't think. We see snakes on the screen at the same time, and a good, what was that, 1 round from Kipp? And
Yeah, very clean there. Very clean.
yeah, geez, he's pulling out all the stops with his high jumpless lava dive and everything, but the gambles just for Bunny are insane today.
Yeah, absolutely paying off. There you
Yeah.
see Toasty picking up their charge beam. Kipp
Oh,
ran past it, presumably to pick it up on the way out.
Kipp even
Um,
getting the full halfie. I mean,
Yeah. And
Fine,
that's
oh,
probably
well.
why he ran past charge there, because
Yeah.
then you're able to get the full halfie. But that is every runner either has charge beam or knows where it is, and I would say is expected to pick it up.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Here, Kipp going to square off against Ridley, having plenty of supers, gonna make just get to show this Space Pelican the business, and get on out of there. Maybe we will see a Ridley item check this time.
Yeah, and he's
Maybe not.
getting those pogos. I mean, he's perfectly, and
Yeah.
yeah, that fight is already done. Super
And
easy.
he even smacks his face into Ridley's foot in order to get the dying pattern a little bit faster. Very, very clean. I swear, I've played this game for a long while, and I can almost fight Ridley. I can almost do it. I'm dangerously close.
I'm sorry. What was the item behind Ridley?
That was just energy. Nothing
Oh,
special.
okay. The stream restarted on me. My bad.
So we have some synchronous Ridley fighting for Zeb
Yeah.
and Toasty, while Kipp is just on the way out of that, and Polar Bear Bunny descending into Torian.
Yeah, so she's a significant. I mean, what, more than? I mean, maybe even like 5-minute lead. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, easily a couple of minutes. It's kind of hard to say like exactly how many minutes, because then you're kind of betting on like how long will it take other runners to get from where they are to where she is, which is kind of hard to guess because different people play at different speeds. But yeah, easily a couple minutes lead. Yeah, maybe even up to like 5. If I were paying closer attention to the timers, I would know, but I wasn't.
Although she's having a lot of trouble with screw attack in that first Metroid, and finally turned it off so that she can kill those Metroids, and her health's getting a little low. You need to be careful there, Bunny. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, she's got it.
The one of the benefits to screw attack is that it lets you avoid Metroid damage while you're waiting for the bombs to go off. But with Spring Ball also, it does make it pretty easy to sort of run circles around these Metroids, as she is demonstrating so expertly.
Definitely. Just another reason why Spring Ball should always be picked up.
Absolutely. You gotta validate the run.
Oh yeah. So unfortunately, I don't know that with her, not seeing anyone finished yet, if she'll be validating with any animals today. But this is a good run for her,
I'm
definitely.
pretty sure Polar Bear Bunny is on Team Animals, but I know that usually when I'm in the race, if I haven't lost yet, I will usually not save the animals.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Although, like any race that I've already lost, it's like, save the animals, have a good time. I'll add an extra minute to my average time if it means saving the animals. I think it's worth it.
In general, though, all the runners, Toasty, Zeb, Kipp, they're all heading for Torian. They're all on quick pace still. Even with the gravity suit up in wreck ship after they had to do some Norfair clear. So,
Yeah,
um,
this is
you
a
know,
this is a really really good race,
yeah.
and it was quite close all the way through. So definitely got some good people to showcase here.
Oh yeah. And I'm glad Bunny reluctantly did come into the race then with all of her gambles.
Yeah, her
She
stream was
was
particularly very fun to watch.
because she was one of those, kind of, well, like you can watch me if you want.
Yeah,
But
and just a reminder, follow the runners. They're
oh
all
yeah,
great.
definitely.
They all play this video game. If you want to see more of this video game, you can follow them and then watch them play this video game.
Yeah, and you can see them over on the Randomizer League channel as well when they have their league races. So definitely
Yeah,
check them out both spots and
I'm
follow the runners.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of these players are in the league, but I'm not certain. And as a reminder, these weekly races at 7 are open to anybody. You do not have to be in the league to participate.
Yep.
And it's a good way to kind of try out just doing some randomizer stuff. If you're thinking, maybe I'll join the league next season, it's a good way to kind of get your feet wet a little bit with randomizers before necessarily committing to, like, I'm going to play randomizer every week for 2 months, as some of us have done.
Wow, and Kipp is already in first Metroid room,
Yeah.
while Bunny is choosing to use ammo on the Zebs. So,
I mean, yeah, with
not one of
charge,
the
she's pretty safe to do so.
yeah.
And since she doesn't have ice, the only way that she could do Zeb Skip is with that speed booster Zeb Skip, where you do that crazy short charge. So
Oh yeah, and I have no blame for her not wanting to try that. It is crazy. I don't
yep.
want to don't want her to lose a race just trying to do that short charge for 10 minutes. So I'm super glad she's using the ammo and getting this phase down.
And I personally am a very big fan of Zeb Skip Skip, which is where you skip Zeb Skip by not doing it and shooting all the Zebtite anyway.
So she's gonna unload her ammo. Was it about 30 supers? So 30 more supers if it's half of. So she will need probably upwards of 60 charge shots. And Kipp is hot on her tail here with
Yeah.
a bit more ammo.
A bit more
So,
ammo, but a much weaker beam. Charge Spazer does, I don't actually know offhand, an amount of damage, but I know it's not nearly as much as with Wave, so...
yeah. Well, and also, I mean, for that matter, Zeb and Toasty also hot on their tail. And they have a few extra supers, both having 60 coming out of the Metroid rooms. So, their amount of ammo could definitely overturn even like Kipp if it takes a lot of time with those charge shots.
Yeah.
We
Also,
shall see.
chat does very helpfully point out that Polar Bear Bunny's stream is about a minute ahead of everybody else's, or a minute behind from everybody else's. So she's actually a little bit further ahead than she necessarily looks on stream, just because the timers are a little bit desynced.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but it would appear that she does have a more sizable lead. But when we see the dot done, then we'll know for sure. So she is definitely done with Mother Brain already, and that was pretty quick for having to use all those extra charge shots. So Zeb is playing Ring Around the Rosie with that Metroid, but does finally get the skip. I think he was the only one to go for the skip, or did I miss Kipp doing it?
I think Toasty went for it as well, but didn't get it.
Okay.
I don't know if Kipp did. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, and Kipp is gonna ammo the Zeb, so he's gonna
Yeah.
lose some time. If any of the other runners happen to get that speed booster Zeb skip.
Although I'm not sure it's much faster to do the speed booster Zeb skip because you do have to take time short charging. I honestly have no idea.
Well, with their beam combo, I mean, they'll be down on
Yeah,
missiles
that is
for
very
sure,
true.
but
Yeah.
none of them going for it. They're all just plowing through the Zebs with those missiles. So, yeah, it does look like on stream at least we're gonna see, Bunny coming first, Kipp maybe second, and Zeb and Toasty is still gonna be down to the wire for them.
Yeah, and it's just a real testament to Kipp's skill. Like even having ended up pretty behind going into Lower Warfare early, he still ended up taking second place on stream here.
Yeah,
Just playing really, really cleanly and really, really well.
And no one else finishing yet, so I mean, we may see one of the top finishers on stream.
Absolutely.
Fingers crossed. And we do see Toasty starting with ammo. I usually like to wait for the ketchup beam phase, a little easier.
Yeah, and it looks like Kipp and Zeb are. I don't know. It looks like they're all saving some ammo for the later phases.
Yeah, now Toasty turned it off. Yep. And Zeb feels like he's to a good spot with his supers. And the Mother Brain 3 is down for Polar Bear Bunny.
Wow,
So she just has the escape to go. And that ketchup beam is green today. I don't know what do you call it if it's a green ketchup? I don't know.
Moldy mayonnaise beam? Relish.
Moldy mayonnaise. I like that. We can do moldy mayonnaise.
There is actually such a thing as green ketchup. It didn't last.
Thank you, Leno, our tracker, popping in to provide very, very insightful information.
Crucial.
Thank you very much.
Information. But yeah, we see Metroids, 3 Metroids on the screen at a time, taking down Mother Brain 2 phase, while Bunny just has to make it out of the escape here, and she's home free.
Yeah. Get out of there, man. Behemoth Spark? No Behemoth Spark.
Just the right side.
I tried to do Behemoth Spark once and then I bonked.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, she's got to play it safe. I mean,
yeah.
No one else thought Dunning. She took all the gambles, and don't want to throw that. Don't want to throw that away.
Yeah. And with that, Polar Bear Bunny has finished in first place with a time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 48 seconds. GG.
GG. Definitely.
We'll see if she wants to go ahead and do an interview. Say it in the SRL chat. Are you guys okay?
Oh man. And I don't know if it's a running joke or what, but she's been so close to beating Asher on several occasions and finally pulls one out over him.
Yeah.
So
very, very, very
GG
good.
to Bunny for sure.
We'll see if she wants to join us for an interview.
We do see the Mother Brain 3s go down for everyone else, so still a real close race from the rest of the streamed runners. Looks like actually Zeb took the lead over Kipp. Their timers are pretty close.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what happened.
I'm guessing that was a faster Mother Brain fight from having Wave Beam is what ended up making the difference there.
Yeah. So we'll see how their escapes go, but a lot of back and forth here right at the end.
Yeah, and hopefully Polar Bear Bunny has said yes to interview, so hopefully after we get her a link to the commentary Discord.
Oh wow!
She'll be joining us here. And Zeb and Kipp still really close here as they're coming up to the finish. Toasty very closely behind them as well. So be able to giggle at the SRL chat while we wait for...
Yeah, it's pretty good today. But yeah, we do see Zeb finish with an official SRL time of 1 hour 3 minutes 22, and Kipp really hot on his tail, 1 hour 3 minutes 28. Just 6 seconds between those two, and Toasty coming in just a few seconds later with a 1 hour 3:44. And that's all of our on-stream runners, and a GG to all of them. Man, so close to the end of the race there.
Also, hello, Polar Bear Bunny. How are you doing?
Hi.
Congratulations.
Oh, great. Thank you. I guess I can do something right. I don't know.
Those gambles were insane. You all the right calls today.
Yeah.
I mean, just this time. I can't do it in my league races, but in the community races, I got it on the lock.
And we do have Zeb and Kipp joining us.
GG, guys.
Hey, Zeb, we have some background on yours, I think.
Okay, let me turn down the volume then.
Yeah.
But yeah, GG everyone. Kipp, Zeb's in here. Excellent races, real close there at the end from all of you.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Looks like, yeah. I'm guessing I'm the only one who went ship first.
Yeah, of the runners we saw.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, so you shipped first, and you skipped all of the Norfair checks, which everyone did, and found just E-tanks basically.
Yeah, that.
So.
Yeah.
And also, welcome Toasty. Hello.
Hey, Toasty.
Hello. Good game. Congrats, Bunny, on the win. And yeah, that was great. That was, man. That was a wreck ship first seat if I ever saw.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It was scary because having Varia makes you want to go down, but I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. I have some speed.
Yeah, exactly. Because with Fantoon, being randomized, it's kind of like a 3 out of 4 chance of you not getting any items out of the ship. It's a tricky one. So that can be the play.
You'll get one item if it's Kraid. You'll probably die if it's either Ridley or Dragon. So it's a really risky move to go up there, but it really paid off.
It actually slipped my mind that it was Boss Rando at that moment, and I didn't even realize until I started going to Kraid. I was like, wait, this is supposed to be Boss Rando. I could have really effed up.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
Yeah, your first 2 bosses that you saw were vanilla, while others such as Kipp, he saw a Dragon and did not want to fight that.
Hey, listen, I gotta know. Was I the only person to double dip all the way to Ridley in that race?
Yeah.
The only one on stream, yes.
I went to Ridley with a high jump bootless lava dive. Like, that was the first boss I checked. And I was like, there's a 75% chance that if I go down here, then as long as it's not Dragon, then I am cruising. And of course, it's Dragon. And then to add insult to injury, guess what item was behind Dragon?
Yeah.
Grapple. I could have killed Dragon Sueless and gotten out.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm salty. Salty right now.
Oh, that's gnarly, man. Yeah, I was wondering what you and Astor did. I was really surprised nobody had finished. I was like, what? Because I thought I'd kind of executed pretty poorly that race. So I was like, they must have done something different.
Yeah. Outerway was a major location the first time through because I'm so used to Chozo Randomizer. So I had to go back for that when I was going up to wreck ship.
Yeah, I remember seeing you go back for that. And I didn't think anything of it at the time because I think I was busy talking about something else probably.
But yeah, GG, Polar Bear Bunny, and Zeb and Toasty, that was fun. These boss randos are pretty interesting. I think it's
They are fun.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun to play.
Yeah, that was an interesting point. That you actually could have done Dragon. I didn't even think about that when you were in there. I was kind of wondering what the delayed reset was about. So yeah, that's cool.
Well, the delayed reset was like I knew I couldn't do it anyway, but I was trying to think like there technically would have been a chance, like it would have been really crazy, but I could have like Crystal Flash killed Dragon and like Crystal Flashed like whatever like sparked out of there or something. But like there's pretty much no chance that I would have been able to set it up correctly. But like I went and checked behind Dragon just because I was curious, and it was grapple. And as y'all saw, I picked it up even though I absolutely didn't need it because I just wanted to send a message that like this is the trolliest thing that could have happened to me. It would have been nuts if I'd have killed Dragon and then found grapple back there. I kind of wish I would have tried it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
So what? I'm curious, Bunny. How did you? I mean, you didn't do any checks in Norfair, Bubble Mountain, anything like that. I mean, was that just luck, or what was the thinking there?
I didn't need anything. I kind of committed to chargeless, but obviously charge was at Batoon, so I ran into it anyway. Yeah, ice would have been nice, but there were so many checks out there for me still that going around looking for it wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah.
I ended up checking a bunch of stuff at the end, or like from Lower Norfair on, because I wanted either ice or charge beam. So I really didn't want to have to find like 75 supers, 80 supers, and I was at like 50 at the time, but I wanted to find one of the two. So I went to like GT, I went to Mama Turtle, I went to Fire Fleas, I guess, which isn't too far off the way, but I really wanted one of those.
Oh, okay.
Did anyone find or see where ice was in Plasma?
I saw it was in left sandpit.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't see the
I know nobody on stream picked it up because everybody was just doing powerbomb kills on the Metroids.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, ice was not at Fire Fleas today.
Did anybody see where Plasma was, or no?
I didn't.
It was either at Shack 2 or Plasma, because those are the only locations I didn't check, other than the sandpit.
Oh, wow.
Gotcha.
If we had been paying closer attention to the credits, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So, anyway, are there any final remarks that you all had about the seed? Anything else that you wanted to say while we have the opportunity?
Felt like a pretty straightforward seed to me. Like, go down, full clear everything, make sure that you're not screwing anything up, then go up, because you know it has to be either Phantoon or Ridley. Get something, like, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you to all of the runners for participating. Everybody go follow the runners. Somebody do the runners command in chat. I'm too lazy. Thank you to my co-commentator Sire for helping fill the gaps when I couldn't think of anything to say. Thank you to Leto for doing the excellent tracking for us and making some beautiful spacer pillars for us to look at here. Thank you to Speed Gaming and all of the Speed Gaming crew for helping put on this event and lending all of their technical expertise. And if is there anything anybody else wants to say before we sign off?
Thanks,
GG, everyone.
Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the runners for a nice close race. It was awesome.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right. So with that,
GG.
we are going to see you next mission.